Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. Tonight is Saturday, May 21st, 2022. I am so glad you're here with me. Well, tonight we're going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole that involves going back in time to 2018, specifically George Bush's funeral on November 30th, 2018. If you recall, there were envelopes found in many of the programs during that funeral. And for a long time, there was speculation about what those notes said. They did seem to cause some consternation. Let me share a screen with you that is reported to be the actual contents of those notes. Former President of the United States of America, they know everything, I'm sorry. George Bush, George H.W. Bush. Well, the reason I wanted to go down a rabbit hole on this, or rabbit trail, is because I have now spoken to two entirely different people who firmly believe that at that time, after the funeral, there was actually a roundup, that was the last time that as close to the original version of those people, because some of them already were version 2.0, were going to be found in one place. So I want to ask the cards tonight, is there any truth to that there was actually a arrest and apprehension on a large scale after that televised funeral for George H.W. Bush? And what does the universe want us to know about what's going on now, 4 years later, where we have clones and CGI still acting as if they're the original models? So was there a roundup? Let's see if we can put some universal wisdom on that question. And then, can the universe shed light on why there is still such a prolific use of CGI and clones and stand-ins for these people or beings? Okay, I'll let you watch me do the shuffling and we'll see what the cards have to say. It's always interesting to ask the universe because unlike the mainstream media, the universe is honest. So let's see what they want us to know. Okay, we're going to ask the universe, at that funeral, was there a major roundup at the conclusion of that funeral for George Bush on November 30th? Yes or no? And what does the universe want us to know about why there's still such a prolific use of CGI, clones, and stand-ins for those notables? Okay, so our first card was Judgment. Second card is Five of Pentacles. Third card is Nine of Wands. Fourth card is Nine of Swords. Fifth card is the Devil. Sixth card is Death. Seventh card is Hermit. Wow, what a question. Okay, I'll be right back and we'll talk about those cards. Well, the situation we were asking about was the funeral, and we asked specifically, is that rumor true that at the conclusion of that funeral, there was a roundup? And we've got the Judgment card coming up for that. It looks like the people that have come up with that theory are really, really onto something. It's clarified by the Five of Pentacles, which talks about going in and going a new way, not the standard way. This may have something to do with the fact that heralded a rollout of a lot of clone CGI use, stand-ins and doubles. If you want to go back and look at some of that footage and see who had envelopes that night. Now let's look at the situation past, because we were asking about 2018, present, and near future. Because we're saying if there is truth to that rumor, and there seems to be, why is there still so much use of doubles and CGI and such a mess, such a mess? Well, there is, this fellow has been battling. He is weary, but he's still standing. So part of the reason why is that the war is not quite over, is part of it. Now, here we have someone who is worried about many things, many more things than they need to be. And because the media has had free reign to spread disinformation, even though they claim that they don't, they use every opportunity that they can to confound and confuse and to divide. So the things that they want us to worry about are much fewer than they'd have us know. The things that they would like to have us divide one another by are much fewer. We are one race, the human race. This world was made for us to grow and learn on, and it's become a battleground. Here we have the devil card, which is temptations and tricks and duplicity and bondage. See these chains, even though they, if you look, I'm going to hold the devil card up because this is important. Do you see the two in bondage down there in the corner? Look, their chains are just like ours. They're loose enough that they could shake them off, but for whatever reason, maybe because they're used to them, they haven't. Now, all is not lost. The death card is about long, slow changes, and we have change that's heading in a positive direction. And we are the reason it's going at the pace it is, we who are watching this. We pride ourselves on being awake, and that's wonderful. And we blame the people that are still asleep, and we know that some of them always will be. And some people were practically born awake, and some people never will wake up. But the thing is, we have to shake off our bonds. For generations, for millennia, humans have been bond service without even realizing it. And we have to learn to take those baby steps towards our sovereignty, towards not substituting one master with another. We have some off-world help with that, okay? We are being encouraged to take those baby steps away from bondage. And we've made some, or we wouldn't have the long, slow change happening here. So yes, at that funeral, they were rounded up then. And we've been dealing with CGIs and clones and what have you in the meantime. The reason why is because with the control of the media, they can get away with it for now. We're waking up, we're noticing differences in earlobes and noses and things like that. But what I'm getting here most of all, the universe and those off-world who are helping us, whether that's our future selves or off-world or heavenly, divine, we have some responsibility, and that is to not just wake up, but to step up and be ready to self-govern as a race. And it starts by self-governing as an individual. It's kind of a heavy topic, okay? But we're on the right path. We just need to keep taking those baby steps. Just like a toddler, the more they walk, the better they do. But please, folks, let's not trade one master for another. Let's shake off the bondage and stand free and tall as a race, all supporting one another and helping one another. That's it for this read. If you enjoyed it, please like, share. You're welcome to comment and subscribe. Thank you so much. Take those baby steps, folks. We are on the right path. Good wins. We're part of it. Let's make it happen sooner rather than later. Good night.